Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in to Newswatch Ole Miss. I'm Lisa Booker.
And I'm Fatiba. We hope you've had a great Monday and have braved the cold if you're in the Oxford area. Now let's kick off our first show of the week with what could be some exciting news for many Americans.
All eyes are on Washington, D.C. as we may finally be seeing the end to the longest government shutdown in history.
Last night, 8 Democrat centrists joined Republicans on voting to move forward with the plan to fund the government until January 2026 in exchange for a future vote on the issue that began the shutdown, which is extending healthcare subsidies.
The Democrats who chose to break from their party explained that the effects of the shutdown, like federal workers going unpaid, issues with travel because of air traffic controller shortages, and the impending loss of SNAP benefits, encouraged them to agree to a deal. However, before the shutdown comes to an end, the bill will need to be approved by the House and will need Donald Trump's signature.
Now bringing things back to Oxford, where the weather was so cold today, I had to wear my winter coat to class.
Yes, I am not liking this winter weather at all, and I'm really hoping that it doesn't stick around for too long. But let's check in with our weather anchor, Erica Durkee, for a look at our current conditions.
Thank you, guys. It is a chilly one today, and not just that, it is windy. We will talk about this cold front and how it'll be warming up just a little bit later on in the show. Back to you.
Well, even though we are having some chilly weather, Ole Miss Chancellor Glenn Boyce sent out some news to students in a campus-wide email that just might warm you up. That's right, this November, Chancellor's Grove Wellbeing Initiative is expanding a program to focus on wellness and mental health. A new part of the program includes the Normalize It social media campaign. This is aimed at helping students on campus feel more comfortable going to the health and wellness centers provided here on campus. Throughout this week, they have events lined up, including Smoothies in the Sip on Tuesday and a free group fitness class on Wednesday. This time of year can often be stressful for students, so be sure to look at the Ole Miss events calendar for more well-being events. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, and Ole Miss organizations have an event you won't want to miss. This Tuesday at 7:30 p.m., the University Chorus is hosting a Veteran Day concert. This event will be located at the Ford Center, hosted by our music department, and is free for all attendees.
With Thanksgiving only a few weeks away, we've officially entered the season of giving. In that spirit, Grove Grocery is hosting a donation drive competition against Mississippi State called the Egg Bowl Food Fight. From now until November 21st, Grove Grocery will be accepting donations in the form of canned goods, snacks, hygiene items, meal swipes, and funds. If you're interested in fighting against food insecurity and feeding Mississippi State, donate items at Grove Grocery in Kennard Hall before November 21st.
As you all may already know, here in Oxford, we love shattering records, even with our glass drives.
Caroline Dardeau has a full story on a student-run recycling event.
Recycling is one way people try to make the world a better place, but for Oxford residents, not every recyclable item is accepted locally, especially glass. The city does not collect glass in its curbside recycling program due to contamination and cost issues. Glass can easily break and mix with other recyclables like paper and cardboard, making entire loads unusable. The main ingredient in glass is silica, typically derived from sand. Once collected, reused.
Back down to sand, and then they sell that material to companies who make like insulation and stuff. I think a few other glass recycling facilities also use that material for coastal erosion projects, so they'll take the sand and put it back on the coast so that anything that disappeared from water is put back into the coast.
The Environmental Coalition at Ole Miss is a student-led organization promoting sustainability across campus. Recently, the group partnered with Door-to-Door Recycling for a community glass drive, filling an entire truck in just 4 hours.
On just our customers. We're a customer-based business. So our customers employ us to take the recycling. We get it, we process it. Everything we get, we touch.
Door-to-Door Recycling is a family-run company that travels across the state to help communities like Oxford manage their recyclable waste, even packing up their 4 kids for the journey.
We want to make recycling and being sustainable as easy as possible, so that's why we're doing these drives.
How are you helping your planet? Maybe next time it's filling the truck in April. I'm Caroline Darden with Newswatch Ole Miss.
Thank you, Caroline. It's so great getting to see students make a difference here on our campus.
I couldn't agree more. Now, Erica, it was so cold today, my face literally hurt walking to class. Are these cold temperatures going to continue into tonight?
Into tonight, yes, honestly. I mean, we're looking at sub 30. It's going to be freezing, especially with that wind. So make sure you guys are having a nice, cozy night at home. We will talk more into the future of the weather here in Oxford right after the break.
I don't like when you get like this. Then just unlike her post. I'm not flirting with her. She's my friend. It's her or me. Block her. But it's not fair. You can't. Do you understand? I don't block her.
Even when unhealthy behaviors can still hurt. Learn the signs before things go too far. Visit joinonelove.org.
Hey, Mississippi.
Hey, Mississippi.
Don't trash Mississippi.
Because picking up litter costs us time
and money.
MDOT spends $3.2 million a year picking up litter.
That's money that could be used to maintain roads and bridges,
patch potholes,
and focus on improving Mississippi's infrastructure.
Please help us help you.
We can't do it without you.
Don't trash Mississippi. Don't trash Mississippi.
Hey Rebs, welcome back. I'm Erica Durkee with Stormwatch, and I know I was not the only one who had to break into the depths of my closet today to bring out some warm clothes because, I mean, this cold weather came out of nowhere, didn't it? It is about 37 degrees right now, but we peaked at about, 42 today, so it's definitely been pretty chilly. We have not seen it really looking like this, and it is not helped by these winds. So the winds going into tonight are even going to get a little bit stronger. So you can see the wind chill is at a brisk 31 degrees. I will say though, there is no precipitation anywhere in our region or anywhere at all, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't need your rain jackets, but you do have to keep those jackets outside for a little bit, especially looking into tonight. It will be freezing tonight. It is going to be sub 30, and that it is all throughout our region. As for the highs today, I mean, we were looking in the 40s, but then yeah, these lows tonight, they're pretty cold. If you're going outside, you're gonna see about freezing, and if you are staying in all night, it is going to be in the 20s at the very, very coldest. Continuing with that, it's going to be about 25 degrees. The wind chill will be about 25 degrees because the wind is going to calm down deep into the night, but it will be freezing tonight with those clear skies. I would say stay inside. I'm going to be staying inside. I'd like to avoid that. Tomorrow, though, and later on into the week, I have good news. At least looking into the next 5 days, absolutely no precipitation, so that's good news. And it is going to be a little bit warmer. I think it'll feel more like autumn, especially going into the weekend, so that's good. The wind chill is, nothing to call home about. It's, and then it is even going to get into avoiding freezing into the evening, looking into tomorrow night. So that's good. And we can see that throughout the region. It is going to warm up a bunch. I don't necessarily know why, but I think that is great news. And we can look at kind of this cold front is, attacking our entire nation. Here, I mean, it's just as cold up north as it is down here. So it is definitely about 20 degrees colder than it usually is this time of year. Certainly interesting, but like I said, we are heading out of it. We are on our way out. Throughout the nation, we can see that it is going to be a lot warmer even just tomorrow. So that's something to look forward to. Speaking of the 5-day forecast, going into the weekend, tomorrow, Yeah, tomorrow it's going to be not quite 75, but throughout the rest of the week, those highs are going to be closer to the 70s, and then into the evening, it will be kind of those 50s, might get a little bit colder than that, but absolutely no rain to be seen. So we can look forward to that. We won't be wet, we'll just be cold.
I mean, I love that it's getting a little warmer, but I really do hate this, cold weather. What about you?
It's so bad, but thankfully it wasn't too cold this weekend during the game.
I know this weekend was perfect weather, I'll be honest. But speaking of, we're keeping things pretty local today, recapping this weekend's action along with some change-ups on the soccer field. All of this and more when we get back.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. If you could see you through my eyes instead of your ego. I believe you'd be surprised to see that you've been blind. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome back to Newswatch Ole Miss. With all things sports, I'm Macy Ivy. Taking things straight to the vault, the Ole Miss Rebels took on the Citadel Bulldogs in a dominant game. Kaylin Rankin has the story.
From kickoff to the end of the fourth quarter, our Rebels played hard and reached new heights this past Saturday against the Citadel Bulldogs. Offense scored 21 points in the first quarter alone. Keywan Lacey totaled 16 rushing touchdown yards for the season and achieved 1,000 career rushing yards on Saturday. Winston Watkins Jr. scored his yards, receiving a pass from Trinidad Chambliss. Chambliss had his head on a swivel as 11 different receivers caught a pass this game. Not only did offense shine, but so did the defense. Defense held Citadel's offense to 0 points and reached a season high of 13 tackles behind the line of scrimmage. And senior linebacker Tyler Banks had a career high of 6 tackles.
Our Rebels are now 9-1 after defeating the Citadel Bulldogs.
Tennis wrapped up a weekend in Nashville with 2 singles wins in the June Stewart Invitational. Andrea Nova faced Sophia Davis of Purdue and won 7-5. Freshman Riley Crowder lost the first set to Kyle Gauntner, but came back in the third to take the match 3-6, 7-5, and 10-7. The two faced off against a pair from Kentucky, but fell short 5-7. The next challenge for the Rebs is the ITFW 15 in Clemson from today until the 16th. And as announced today by Athletics Director Keith Carter, Molly Rouse will not be returning as the head coach of Ole Miss soccer. Rouse just completed her 3rd season with the Rebels with a record of 0-7-3 in SEC play. Carter stated that the program has had a history of success and he wishes to return to that level. They are currently on the search for a new head coach. We'll update you when we learn more. On Friday, the men's basketball team hosted the University of Louisiana Monroe for their 2nd regular season matchup. Newswatch reporter Nina Howdeshell was there to catch the action.
Number 2 guard A.J. Storr was the lead scorer for the Rebels, delivering 19 points on all 3 levels. This has been the second consecutive game for the transfer from Kansas to score more than 18 points for Ole Miss. Not far behind him, number 6, Ilias Camerdine with 15 points. Ilias also added a game-high 7 assists. Malik Dia had 11 points, 5 of 10 shooting. The Rebels, now 2-0, breezed past the Warhawks, opening the game with a 7-0 run. They had runs of 12-0 and 8-0 in the first half to make it a 47-28 lead going into the break. The team's next game is against the University of Memphis at home.
Yeah, that's a good question. First thing we talk about is a lot about ourselves. We're going to get prepared. We're going to understand the opponent, but early in the season with so many new players, we try to put the majority of our time, focus on us. So example, we're trying to play a low turnover game. Tonight, 13 turnovers is not the formula. So spend a lot of time this time of year talking about us more than the opponent. We're just trying to find consistency. Thought a couple times tonight the game is right where we want it to break it open, and then an untimely shot, a defensive mistake. So I think we're close to putting some stretches out there of the basketball that we need to play. We're just one player off or one play off, and so that's what we're talking about more than anything with our team is consistency.
Another victory from your Ole Miss men's basketball team, 86-65. I'm Nina Hadashell from the Pavilion, Newswatch Ole Miss.
And women's basketball secured their second consecutive win of the season, defeating Alabama A&M 84-45. Cody McMahon passed the 1,500-point mark for her career, scoring 20 in the game. Christine Iwala had a huge game, finishing with 15 points and leading the team with 7 rebounds. Denham DeShields led in free throws, making all 6 of her attempts. The Lady Rebels scored 40 points from close range, which is a little different for them as they normally dominate at afar. Next, the Lady Rebels will take on Southern this Wednesday at 6 p.m. in the Pavilion. That's all I have for today. Be sure to head to the Pavilion tomorrow for men's hoops. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thank you, Macy, for that sports update. Now, coming up after the break, we have a national news update you won't want to miss.
And a look story for sure to hit, and a story to look for all that hit all the right notes. Newswatch Ole Miss will be right back.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. They're skilled experts, discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, leading by example. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused. A habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance. But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Maybe you surround yourself with positivity. Or you need to center yourself. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Welcome back to Newswatch Ole Miss. Starting us back off with a swing, last week Ole Miss Jazz razzled and dazzled the crowd. Newswatch reporter Sajal Tanksley was there to get the full story.
Ole Miss jazz bands, the Collegians and Mississippians, kicked off their concert season with immaculate jazz vibes in the Ford Center. Special guest Paul Tate joined alongside them, creating pleasant melodies for the ears of the audience.
So I'm a trumpet player, and we like to hang out. We go out to eat together. We just have a really good chemistry because we'll go eat in the pavilion. Just being friends with your people outside of class is important.
We're having fun at the end of the day. I think a lot of times we can get wrapped up in the fact that we're playing a lot of notes and a lot of hard things, but at the end of the day, if we're not enjoying it and if we're not sharing that enjoyment to the audience, then what is it all for? So I just want all the audience members to just feel our enjoyment of it and then enjoy it as well.
The Ole Miss Band continues to grow their jazz portfolio as we are 3 years out from the 100-year anniversary of jazz, originating in the 1890s. The concert featured outstanding solos ranging from voice to instruments. Jazz band is a place for musicians with the same interest in music to band together and form lasting friendships.
I've been playing jazz since I was in 6th grade, and it's always been my favorite genre of music to play. It's fun. It's a lot less structured than everything else that we play with like marching band and concert band, so it's just fun.
Reporting for Newswatch Ole Miss, I'm Sajal Tanksley.
Now switching over to national news, Trump is now being forced to pay in full for SNAP benefits. On Sunday, November 9th, a federal appeals court ruled the Trump administration must pay full SNAP or food stamp benefits for millions of Americans during the month of November. This is the latest ruling as the administration tried to initially only fund roughly half of all food benefits for the month of November. A court of appeals ruled on last Thursday that the Trump administration needed to have full funding for the program before last Friday. However, the administration asked the court to scrap the order, and the appeals court denied. As of now, the president and his administration have asked the Supreme Court to step in. Now let's hand it over to Fatih with more national news.
On Sunday, the U.S. military carried out another deadly attack against suspected drug boats in the Eastern Pacific. According to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, 6 people were killed in the attack. He also stated that the lethal strikes were against vessels, quote, operated by designated terrorist organizations. While Hegseth did not disclose which organizations the ships were allegedly affiliated with, he said the boats were along a narco-trafficking transit route. The U.S. military has killed 76 people in 19 strikes as part of a campaign to reduce the flow of drugs into the U.S. The Trump administration has yet to provide public evidence of narcotics possession on boats struck, nor their affiliation with drug cartels. In a social media post on Sunday, President Trump said people who don't support tariffs are, quote, fools. He said the U.S. is making trillions of dollars in revenue and will soon begin paying off its $37 trillion debt. Additionally, Trump mentioned that a dividend of at least $2,000 would be paid to everyone, excluding, quote, high-income people. His comments come after last week's Supreme Court hearing over Trump's ability to impose tariffs through executive orders. Now looking at the economy, many people are donning their Santa hats and swiping their credit cards. According to the National Retail Federation, holiday spending is expected to be on the rise and reach $1 trillion this year. And it has already started. According to the NRF, the holiday shopping season began on November 1st and will end on December 31st. They also noted that due to the shutdown, holiday spending may and shoppers are expected to be more sensitive to prices and on the lookout for holiday deals. Last year, the total holiday spending was $976 billion. And in more economic news, Wendy's is planning on closing hundreds of its restaurants throughout the next year. According to interim CEO of Wendy's, they could be closing between 200 to 350 of their about 6,000 U.S. chain locations. He said the locations closing are consistently underperforming. This announcement comes after Wendy's sales fell by nearly 5% in the last quarter, while their competitors like McDonald's and Burger King saw positive earnings. This wraps up our national news update. Back to you at the desk, Lisa.
Thank you, Fatih. Make sure to stay tuned after the break. Entertainment reporter Cassidy Rickley is here to keep you in the know on all things fashion. Newswatch Ole Miss will be right back.
And just like that, she starts to grin. A special flame's been lit within. The spark of something new begins. There's something in the water. On her own, she's in the zone. Determination can't be thrown. Resilience building in her bones. There's something in the water. With her gator on and her waders on, she can tackle anything till dawn. There must be something in the water. On and off the boat she flies. The sky's the limit. She's soaring high. She's a force of nature on the rise. There's something in the water.
When you have a hole in your neck, don't face the shower head.
Suction out your tube before you eat. Crouch. Don't bend over. You don't want to lose the food in your stomach. Don't use spray paint.
Be very careful shaving.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
How to know if you should reach out to a friend. Your friend might be
worried,
sad,
grumpy, angry,
stressed,
weird, rebellious, anxious,
antisocial,
lonely, sleeping less,
sleeping more,
eating less, eating more.
Look, there are a lot of things to watch out for, but you know your friend best. So if they're not acting themselves, why not say something?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Awkward.
Welcome back to Newswatch Ole Miss. The number 7 has lots of significance. 7 days in a week, it's a symbol of perfection and sometimes considered lucky.
But the number 7 also has meaning in the world of fashion. Let's turn it over to entertainment anchor Cassie Rickley for more.
I'm Cassie Rickley with more on fashion. This week, I'm bringing you the 7 rule of fashion, but make it game day edition. But first, I'm going to give you a breakdown of what this rule is so you can understand it and try it yourself. The 7 rule in fashion is basically a point system where the pieces that you choose should eventually add up to 7 total points. This is so your outfits always look completed, and the system is great for the colder months because it encourages you to add more layers to each outfit. Starting off, if it's a red-themed game, like it is this upcoming weekend, you can wear a dress, a denim jacket, since it's getting colder out, a purse, cute boots, a cute bow in your hair, and some jewelry and pins to top it off. All of those items add up to our lucky fashion number 7, which means your look is complete. For the next outfit inspo, for this rule is a navy blue themed game. You can add more layering pieces, like a white long sleeve underneath the denim dress, with, of course, the shoes, the hair accessories, jewelry, pins, and purse. And finally, if it's a powdered blue themed game, you can do a light blue set with, of course, those same shoe and accessory options to add up to those 7 total points. This rule lets you customize your looks in a lot of different ways, and using this rule, you can make putting outfits together more fun. I'm Cassie Rickley with your guide to fashion. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Cassie. I know I'm ready for the holiday season, and it seems many restaurants and food brands are gearing up too, with some new food items.
This year, Kraft introduced a mac and cheese that might be more suitable for dessert. That's right, as you can see on your screen, you can now buy apple pie flavored mac and cheese.
According to Kraft, this new item combines the flavor of Kraft mac and cheese you know and love with the flavors of apple, cinnamon, and brown sugar.
And if you aren't an apple pie lover, you may want to pick up Taco Bell's brand new Mountain Dew Baja Blast pie instead. According to the company, it is like a key lime pie, but with the flavor and color of a Baja Blast.
That's all we have for you guys tonight. I'm Lisa Booker.
And I'm Fati Ball with your latest news.
I'm Erica Durkee with Stormwatch.
And with Sports Watch, I'm Macy Ivy.
Thank you for watching Newswatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live and keep it local.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 5. Good night.